This is Visual Storytelling, Why We Shoot with Ron Haviv and Ed Kashi, and we are honored to have them here today. Ron Haviv is an Emmy-nominated, award-winning photojournalist, and he is also the co-founder of the photo agency VII. And the photographers of VII document conflict and raising awareness about human rights all around the globe. And like I said, it's a true honor to have both of them here. Ed Kashi is also a member of VII. He has been recognized for his complex imagery of the human condition, and his assignments as well as his personal projects have generated over 7 books. So please help me welcome to the Creative Life stage for the very first time, Ron Haviv and Ed Kashi. Over to you guys. Thank you.
Well, Kenna, thank you so much, and it's an honor for Ron and I to be here. In this first section, we're going to talk about how we do our work. We're going to talk about how we find a project, how we do the research and develop it, how we do the field work, the execution, probably the most important part, and then funding, and finally, how do we disseminate our work. Ron, what's our goal here?
Well, we really hope that you're going to be able to understand the power of visual journalism, like what it can do, like whether you're going to impact one person's life or millions of people, you can understand how visual imagery can be an agent of change. And so we find this like an incredibly inspiring way to spend our time, and we hope that you're going to understand the reasons behind why we do what we do, and how how we can hopefully all make the world a little bit of a better place, certainly through the use of visual imagery. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the man standing to my left, Ed Kashi. You know, it's an honor for me to be now a business partner with Ed, but also to know him as a photographer, to know his work. I mean, Ed has been remarkable in the breadth of his work, from his documentation of aging to his work with the Kurds, to Syrian refugees, to the immigrant community in America, and many other things. Ed is really somebody who is incredibly passionate about what he does, and you guys are going to see that today. He really wants us to care about the people that we're seeing, the issues that he's talking about, and he really wants, of course, to be an agent of change. One of the things that not a lot of people know about Ed Kashi, and it's one of the things that I think takes my respect of his work to another level, even higher than just sort of how great he is as a photojournalist, is that Ed is a very rare person in that he, when necessary, will turn the camera on himself and his family to talk about stories that are important. So he will photograph the world outside of his immediate life, but he'll also photograph his life inside. And that is something very rare. Very few of us, including myself, would ever say like, oh, let me document my family the way that Ed has done. And so it's really, I think his work, which you'll see, is quite remarkable, and he's a very important example of the power of visual imagery.
Well, thank you, Ron.
My pleasure.
Let me tell you something about Ron. Ron Haviv is fearless and incredibly intelligent. I learn stuff from him all the time, and he's very committed. The work that he has done, whether it's covering the White House for Newsweek or political campaigns, and the tremendous work he did in the 1990s during the Balkans War. Some of that, I remember some of his pictures when I saw them, and I didn't know him, and it was like he had brought us back to the concentration camps of World War II. Those images of his from Srebrenica in Bosnia, and pictures like that actually changed how governments dealt with that situation. And to me, that reflects the power and the purpose of why it's so important to do this work. I mean, Ron's pictures have had an impact on laws, on government action, and of course, very profoundly on our profession. Well, it's an honor to be here with you.
Thanks. So we're both honored, so that's exciting.